Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, who is not telling the truth about India, what is happening in India. In New Delhi, India's net exports are not doing well, even as the global economy isn't on the recovery path. Bibek Debroy, the head of the Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister and Niti Aayog Member, said today. Debroy further highlighted that India is facing a dilemma from the point of viewing pushing exports, as exporters would like exchange rate to depreciate. However, the exchange rate might not depreciate as much as the exporters want because of the capital inflows. The net exports is not doing well. During the high growth years, the net exports performed much better. The world economy has not been doing that bad, he said at an event organized by the industry food FICCI. Debroy also noted that ideally the central bank should intervene in the market, but intervention by the RBI in the market is not without its cost side. Exports grew by 4.5% in February of 2018, the lowest expansion in the last 4 months, to $25.8 billion, as shipments of engineering, textiles, and germs and jewelers declined while the trade deficit narrowed a 5-month low of $12 billion. Stating that India's position has been the country's in this favor of the multilateral trading system, the chairman of EAC-PM insisted as long as India's import duties are below the bound rates, it can increase the import duties. Debroy said that some of India's tariff rates are misaligned and the country has signed plethora of free trade agreements. Nothing that traditionally the Commerce Minister and the Ministry of External Affairs have said and worked in silos, he said. This is the first time they have started working together. Debroy said that India's trade prospects will depend on efforts being made to improve the logistics, integrate investment in the global supply chain, improve the business environment and develop infrastructures. The reforms being assured by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India are fundamental in nature and will require time to bear fruits in terms of improvements in GDP and productivity. And also he said, adding that the mantra therefore is "You fix India and trade will fix itself," which Modi can't do by within few years. Mostly it has to be a little bit faster than he thought, but he didn't know how to do it. Talking about the direct and indirect tax, the Debroy said, GST is a process, and if we expect that the entire process will settle down in anything less than 10 years, then we are being unrealistic. And also, the BJP's Bipol debacle in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar has thrown up 3 pieces of conventional wisdom. 1. The Modi wave is over. 2. The BJP will never get no more than 180 seats in 2019 Lok Sabha election. 3. The combined opposition will sink their ideological difference and come to power. It is impossible to predict an elections a year in advance. What's certain that is though the BJP will not win the 280 seats it did in 2014, or it will not win the entire election. Lightning doesn't strike twice. The 2014 Lok Sabha poll brought 2 powerful forces together. And here are the 7 points that Modi didn't say to the country and what he did bad to the country. Modi has made 7 errors that have brought BJP to this pass. First, alienating NDA allies. Then second, the misallocating portfolios in the Union Cabinet. As far as the Arun Jaitley would have been a better External Affairs Minister and Sushma Swaraj a better Home Minister. 3. Remaining silent on issues ranging from cow vigilantism to diverse remarks by the party's MPs. 4. Not holding daily briefings by the PMO or the MEA as every major country does, and as India did when Syed Akbaruddin was MEA as a spokesperson. 5. Not submitting himself to regular press conference with robust questions and answer sessions, including the Prime Minister of India, Modi, who is not as doing as many press conferences with even the Manmohan Singh did in his past years. 6. Allowing the bureaucracy to slow down corruption cases. 7. Following an inconsistent policy in Pakistan and significant achievement of the Modi government, and there are many have been submerged by these self-investigated wounds. And also, Modi doesn't keep any of his promises, including putting 15 lakhs money for every people in this India on their bank account, and bringing back the black monies and bringing back job opportunities to the jobless peoples. But rather than he didn't bring anything to India or didn't keep any promises to the Indian people, instead of this he is building his different systems for his party and for India. Nothing else he's doing for this country. Will Rahul Gandhi become the PM in the future of 2019 election? How will we, the ambitious leader of the opposition, will make a mixture in Indian election? Would rather bring the country to the Congress rule. But there are still 1 year to go. Before that we can't decide anything. But if we consider elections in America, day by day the election votings were going to the Trump administration rather than Hillary Clinton. The same thing is happening in India. Day by day the votings and the poll systems are going to Congress that will be coming to rule in 2019 election. So what do you think of the truth hidden by the Modi government, which is not telling anything of the economic fall down of India to its people, and also the false promises of Modi which is not yet provided to the people or given to the people or done to the people? In Beijing, China is developing a new surveillance plane designed to be launched from its aircraft carrier and fitted with a radar system to spot the enemy's fleet jets. The state media confirmed for the first time on Monday that China was building its first carrier-borne early warning planes, or the AWCS, called the KG-600, Hong Kong-based South China Morning Posture on today's report. The announcement comes as the United States has deployed F-35 fleet jets to base in Japan and other parts of Asia Pacific over the last year, challenging China's air defenses in the region. Chinese military observers said that KG-600 would be fitted with an advanced active electronically scanned array, or the AESA radar, which could enable it to spot the elite aircraft such as the America's F-32s and F-35s. Beijing-based military expert Li Qi said that the new surveillance plane could also become a command center in the air. AESA can detect the elite fighters at very long range, said Li. He also said that the aircraft would fill the critical weapons gap with the US and improve the combat effectiveness of the Chinese battle carrier groups. Li said the KG-600 would likely be used on China's third aircraft carrier under construction in Shanghai, and be compatible with its advanced automatic launch system, or the EMALS. EMALS can launch the jet more quickly and effectively than the Skyjump ramps used on China's first two aircraft carrier. Also, these spy planes can be spied on US and the Indian military on the South China Sea. As the Indian military get worries, India are getting into the defense budget so by so, and by this year they are getting ready use of it. China currently has operationalized its first aircraft carrier, the Lining, a refitted Soviet Union-made vessel, in 2012. It launched its second aircraft carrier in April 2017, which was expected to begin the sea trials next month, and it announced the plans to build the third one in Shanghai. Earlier reports said that China plans to have 4 aircraft carriers by 2030 to operate from the disputed South China Sea as well as the Indian Ocean, to have a spy on Indian militaries and the navies. So what do you think of China developing the spy plane to operate from the aircraft carrier to spy on US and the Indian military navies?
Diepsloot is a township 25 kilometers north of Sandton, Johannesburg, where unemployment is as high as 60% of the population. Transport is expensive, so proximity is important for residents when finding work. For entrepreneurs looking for an opportunity, where do they find the support they need to help build their businesses? Less than 5 kilometers away from Diepsloot is the Riversands SMME Incubation Hub, where fledgling entrepreneurs learn the skills they need to thrive in the marketplace. There's hope that these businesses will contribute to the government's efforts to integrate the township economy into the mainstream economy and bring jobs to Diepsloot.
This platform is here to basically enable and develop small to medium enterprises as a means to develop the economy. What makes us unique, first of all, would be our size. We currently have 158 units available, 157 businesses on campus across a 38,000 square meters space. Our operational philosophy is probably one of our biggest differentiators. We are not prescriptive in the manner in which we actually support the businesses. Our focus is to add value, value determined by the entrepreneurs themselves. So it's really important for us to be a learning organization that's always looking at ways in which to really support businesses in a manner that really makes sense to the entrepreneurs themselves.
They affirmed my idea and said, look, go ahead. We are here to support you as much as you are bringing something that is different to the hub, which will add on to the hub. And voila, Black Star Coffee Bar was born. So when I came in and I started setting up, I was thinking, okay, now I need employees. Where am I going to get people to work in these shops? And fortunately for me, there's a community just across the river, which is Diepsloot. Between the businesses that I have at the hub, I've got 15 people that we have permanent jobs for. It makes me happy that I have contributed to the economy of the country. I'm one of the people that the government is always stressing.
Another young entrepreneur who's providing employment for 3 people with her business is Siola Mashamaite.
We're an ISO 17025 accredited calibration laboratory. So we calibrate instruments like thermometers, hygrometers, ovens, incubators, anything that has to do with temperature and has to be verified. Currently at university there isn't any qualification that you can study towards being a metrologist. So any engineering degree would be a good start, and then from there you do individual courses that are offered by private institutions. The biggest impact would be the employing of the young people that were previously unemployed. The plan is to give them a skill that they would be able to go out here and they can be a qualified metrologist when they leave us, and with the skill they have capabilities of earning more, and that helps their families and get out of the cycle of unemployment.
South Africa's innovation pioneers are changing their industries with their sights firmly on the horizon. From innovative ways to providing skills to an app that puts specialist care in the hands of caregivers in outlying areas. The Vula app brings ICT digital technology into the healthcare sector.
Typically, a rural health worker would see a patient which he or she thinks might need specialist opinion. They complete a very short form on the app. The information gets sent straight to the specialist on call. The specialist on call can respond using the chat system that's built into the app, and they can help the patient accordingly. What's been amazing is that the response time from the specialist has been brought down to less than 15 minutes. That means really that the public health system has leapfrogged the private health system in some ways, because it's very hard to get hold of a private specialist within 15 minutes. So it started off with ophthalmology only, which is eye care. It's now in 14 specialties. The busiest one is orthopedics, a lot of trauma cases, broken bones. Other big ones are general surgery, internal medicine, obstetrics and gynecology. And these are really helping meet some of the major needs in our country. The other nice thing is that data just pours in, because it's making the lives of both the rural health workers and the specialists easier. It's collecting a lot of data that's used by health administrators. It shows where all the hotspots are, where many referrals are coming from. And a lot of the head of departments are now adapting their services according to this need, which before they had a feeling for, but now they've got data to show their health managers where the needs are. Our vision for the future is to take this African innovation global. I think it'll be very useful both in other African countries as well as other countries that face similar healthcare problems. A lot of first world countries also have problems around referrals and giving advice to rural areas, and I really think that we can showcase this at a global level.
Innovation means change, whether through an app or an incubator. This new way of doing business has the potential to create jobs, transform the workforce, and drive growth by creating new industries and new services.
Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.
You